Am I okay?
We're okay.
Should I say?
No, don't say, just leave it this way.
But I'm not okay.
We're okay. It's not okay
But
to be
why
not
do
okay.
I feel this way?
It doesn't matter. Just say, we're okay.
We're not okay. I'm not okay. Are you okay? It's okay to be not okay. It's okay. I'm okay. Go.
Twila High School Hope Squad healing out loud, asking about my day.
Giving small compliments.
Hanging out.
Someone saying they like my outfit.
Friends and family.
Giving someone a smile.
Giving someone a hug.
Getting gifts.
Acts of kindness.
Having someone to talk to.
I have a lot of shame when it comes to my mental health. I grew up in an old-fashioned, judgmental immigrant household with a mother whose anger manifested into many negative words that tore down my self-worth. I have a father that disowned me and called me an embarrassment of a daughter just because I wasn't who he wanted me to become. And at the end of the day, I was told to keep my feelings to myself. That tears should not be shed, as it was a sign of weakness and shame, so I shouldn't cry. I'm not really sure when I began to pick at my fingers, but I know it started because of the pent-up pain I couldn't release. Whenever I fell into a deep depression or I was anxious, I picked at my fingers until they hurt. The physical pain distracted the emotional. I remember the first time my mother saw my bloody fingertips. It just took one glance for her to grab both my hands, look at them in genuine horror, and then smack them away from her as if my fingers were the plague, and yet I dared touch her with them. She called my fingers ugly. She called me ugly. She told me I was stupid to be hurting myself, and now because of how horrid my fingers looked, nobody would take me seriously, and no one would ever love me. How could they, when the first thing people see is your hands? Yet another thing to be ashamed of. It was hard to meet people. I was scared to shake hands. I was terrified to write something in front of others. What if they noticed the scars and dried blood? Every time I talked to someone, I tucked away my hands in my sleeves or in my pockets to try to hide my embarrassment. I wanted people to see me and take me seriously. I wanted people to think of me as normal and not different. I wanted people to not see me as less than beautiful because of the scars that hug my fingers. I wanted someone to love me and not be disgusted by my hands. I grew to hate the person that continuously hurt these hands. I grew to hate these hands. And I probably would have still felt that way today if I didn't seek the help I desperately needed. It took a lot of time and a lot of effort, a lot of self-reflection and self-awareness. But I began my journey of healing by discovering my worth and value in myself and growing to be content with the person I was in the past and who I became today. By accepting everything I am, my imperfections and my flaws. This included learning to love my hands, even with the obvious imperfections. How could I hate the hands that helped me create? The hands that helped me write stories and poetry, the hands that delicately plug chords to string together beautiful melodies and harmonies, the hands that help me get up each morning so I can do the little amazing things that I love, the hands that help me hold those that matter to me the most. How could I hate the hands that care so much for me even when I continue to damage them? I love these hands. Every crevice and curve, the way my fingers fold and grip, every knuckle and nail, my misshapen pinkies, and small slender fingers that can fit in any small space. Even the wounds that have yet to be healed, and much more the scars that have found their place, from my fingertips to my wrist. I love these hands. And I will continue to discover more things that I love about these hands, so I can love the person that possesses them too. For now, it's enough knowing that I have worth and meaning, that there's nothing about me to be ashamed of. For I know that I will continue to grow and heal, so that one day I will eventually be okay. Even if I don't always feel this way, in everything I do and in everything that I am, I will always be enough.
It's sad.
You're not enough. Just give up. I wish I wasn't you.
You have a nice smile.
My parents fighting in their room my whole life, but never divorcing.
You're crazy. None of your friends' parents are going to want their kids to be around you. I was suicidal.
My mother cares more about her work than she cares about me.
That I'm fat, you're useless, you're too ugly. You're not cool enough.
It says you're weird.
It's what's wrong with you. It says, someone would always bark at me, and one day they told me to kill yourself. It always bothered me.
Something that has affected me was a guy I liked told me I wasn't worth loving.
My own ex-boyfriend was being racist to me, and at the time it really bothered me.
Your sexual assault was your fault. You knew what you did. Oh, you know what you did.
Someone said that I can't be vulnerable due to my size. You aren't good enough. You are more than where you came from.
I was told I'm really good at my hobbies.
Being told a compliment I am something I am insecure about.
My friends like to compliment my artwork and it makes me happy.
It just kind of settles in like a fog. It kind of obscures things as this type of fog that makes the world all bleed together into a single kind of meaningless blob.
When I start spiraling, it often feels like I'm being completely surrounded by water. Like I can't get out, like it's closing in on me, like I can't breathe, especially when I go into like a panic attack.
Panic attacks for me feel like a bunch of fireworks going off in your head, all around you from a bunch of different directions, and you can't handle it all at once. It's too overwhelming. It kind of all just explodes at once.
Settling into a depressive episode, at least for me, it's hard to see a bigger picture. You focus in very much on the indistinct present and the things that you're feeling at that moment.
That's when it feels like I go underwater. It's like all of a sudden I can't think about anything else and it's just dark. That, you know, life goes on and we can still function and you can still accomplish things, and that there is help.
The more comfortable people are, the easier it'll be to handle it and share the burden with other people.
I think a lot more people go through feelings like this than we realize.
To talk to people doesn't have to be a last resort, and I think there's something very refreshing in having that be your initial response rather than your last possible option.
People ask me what my anxiety feels like.
You suck. You're a loser. Who'd want to be friends with you? Big skull. You're the worst. You suck. Suck. I hate you. Biggest disappointment. I hate this. You suck.
It's like I can't even recognize myself in the mirror.